The holographic projection flickered to life in the center of the Galactic Council's grand chamber, its blue light casting ethereal shadows across the assembled delegates. Ambassador Zethkari of the Hegemony straightened his crystalline form, his voice resonating with the authority of 10,000 conquered worlds. The species designation human has 48 of their planetary cycles to respond to our terms of unconditional surrender, he announced, his words translated instantly into the 100 languages of the Council. Failure to comply will result in orbital bombardment and subsequent absorption into the hegemony. The delegates murmured their approval. It was always the same with these primitive species. They blustered and threatened until the Council's fleet appeared in their skies. Then they begged for mercy. The humans would be no different. But as the deadline approached, something unprecedented happened. Nothing. No desperate transmissions pleading for negotiation. No ambassadors arriving with offers of tribute. No heads of state broadcasting their surrender to save their populations. Just an eerie absolute silence that stretched across the void between worlds. High Counselor Veltar's tentacles writhed with unease. Perhaps their communication systems are primitive. Maybe they didn't receive the message. Impossible, Zethkari replied, though doubt crept into his voice. We broadcasted on all frequencies in every mathematical language known to science. They received it. The silence continued for 47 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes. Then on the final minute of the final hour, Earth answered, not with words but with violence. The human fleet materialized from the darkness of space like predators emerging from shadow. Their ships were crude things, angular, brutal designs that spoke of function over form. But they moved with a coordination that made the Council's admirals take notice. Impossible, Admiral Nexthara hissed, her serpentine form coiling in agitation. Our scouts reported a barely spacefaring civilization. Stone tools and chemical rockets. The lead human vessel, a massive dreadnought scarred by what looked like countless battles, opened a communication channel. The face that appeared was weathered, marked by lines of determination and something the Council had rarely encountered in their conquests. Absolute defiance. This is Admiral Sarah Chen of the Terran Defense Fleet, the human said, her voice carrying across the void with crystalline clarity. You demanded our surrender. We have an answer. The first salvo from the human fleet struck the hegemony's forward vessels with weapons that shouldn't have existed. Energy beams that tore through shields designed to withstand star-core temperatures. Kinetic projectiles that moved at relativistic speeds, turning proud battleships into expanding clouds of superheated plasma. How? Zethkari whispered, watching his seemingly invincible fleet begin to burn. The answer came from intercepted human communications, fragments of tactical chatter that painted an impossible picture. These humans had been preparing for this moment for decades. Every abduction, every research probe, every casual scan by hegemony scouts had been noted, analyzed, reverse-engineered. While the Council had seen a primitive species playing with chemical rockets, humanity had been building something else entirely. Hidden shipyards in the asteroid belt, weapons research facilities buried in the ice moons of their outer planets, a military-industrial complex that had consumed the resources of an entire star system for one purpose, ensuring that when the galaxy came calling with demands of surrender, humanity would have a response prepared. Admiral Chen's voice cut through the chaos of battle. You studied us for 50 years, thinking you knew what we were capable of. But you made one critical error. Zethkari's fingers trembled as he attempted to order a retreat, but the human fleet had already surrounded his forces with tactics that seemed to anticipate every move. You never bothered to understand what makes humanity dangerous, Chen continued. It's not our technology or our weapons. It's what we do when someone threatens our home. The battle was over in 23 minutes. Of the hegemony's grand fleet, 1,200 vessels that had conquered worlds and broken empires, only 3 ships escaped to hyperspace, their crews carrying tales that would spread across the galaxy like wildfire. In the aftermath, as human rescue vessels pulled survivors from the wreckage, Admiral Chen opened another channel to the Council chambers, where delegates sat in stunned silence. Counselors, she said, her voice now carrying the weight of absolute authority. Humanity has received your demand for surrender. We find your terms unacceptable. She paused, and in that silence, the representatives of 1,000 worlds held their breath. Consider this our counteroffer. Leave our space. Leave our worlds. Leave our species alone. You have one standard galactic cycle to remove all hegemony presence from human-claimed systems. High Counselor Veltar found his voice. And if we refuse? Admiral Chen smiled, and it was the expression of a predator that had just revealed its fangs. Then you'll discover what happens when humanity doesn't answer with silence. The transmission ended, leaving the council chamber in darkness broken only by the emergency lighting that cast everything in red. For the first time in galactic history, the council had encountered a species that didn't simply resist conquest. They had turned the tables entirely. Humanity hadn't just survived the hegemony's ultimatum. They had made their own. And in the depths of space, human fleets began moving toward council worlds, their weapons charged and their crews ready to deliver a message that would echo across the stars. Earth had answered. And the galaxy would never be the same.